And we drove a horse and buggy, lived with a horse and buggy. That's what my father drove all the time. And he'd get so aggravated with me if I'd scare the horses, because he was all hitched up ready to go someplace, make a call, and I'd scare the horses and they'd flare up and then he'd blame me for it. I remember we had this beautiful horse, and they hated to sell him, so they were so attached to him. But Dad got a car, and gradually the horse and buggy days were over, I guess. We kept the horse for a while, and he finally sold it, but it nearly broke Dad's heart because he hated to part with him, but he got wild. He wasn't used, and he got kind of wild, and they had to get rid of him. We had a first car, and we had a picture of that. Remember that little kid?
Is that the one you had on the board downstairs?
Yeah, it was on the board. But I don't have it.
No,
I don't have the picture of the car. He called it a Metz. Did you ever hear of a Metz? Someone said they never heard of it, and I said, well, that was the name of this car that we had then.
Huh.
And it was it had top was strapped down on one side, and they had carbide lights. I remember that, and you had to pump them up to get enough whatever you got out of carbide to run a car. I don't know what. But this is about Dad. Not Johnny, though. He always wanted to go to a place where you had rock roads. Mm-hmm. We lived in a small town of Francisco, and it was mud roads, mud, and he had to get out with a horse and buggy and practice over those mud roads, and his ambition was to get to a place where they had rock roads. He was tired of that mud. Remember, really, our pictures, and people just didn't have anything. They just didn't have anything. I told you part of that. We lived off what was donated to us for salary, for pay. Mm-hmm. And we had gardens. So we lived that way with what we did live, but that was the Depression. You had to. People just didn't have anything. I don't think we had them in this small town. I don't think we had the bums that we have now. Everybody accepted it. Nobody had anything. We used to have gypsies. We called them gypsies. These tribes would come to town. Now, I don't think that was hard times. They were thieves, really, mostly. Mm-hmm. And I can remember them parading around. The old gypsies were common. Hobos, yes, they'd beg from door to door. Sometimes that was the way my ancestors got here, I think. That was way before my time. Oh, I just don't remember much about it, but it was awful. Yes, that was bad.
Did you all listen to it on the radio together?
Yes.
Mother, didn't you tell us you were in a car coming back from Indianapolis when you heard of it on the radio?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
You only make a telephone call for so many minutes, too. We were rationed on time. I don't know, yes. Had to have all those coupons. I guess they call them coupons. I've forgotten about them.
What are you unhappy about living this long with? That's what he's asking.
Well, my friends are all gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have any left, though, the older friends.
Well,
we send out Christmas cards, but we get some back, but they're always about other people who have died.
Mm-hmm.
And we just don't have enough friends left that are old friends. They're just... Mm-hmm. And the newspapers, we get newspapers from home, and I don't names I never heard tell of. I think life is more complicated today than it was then, certainly.